Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really having fun with this channel. It's been like nice. I'm off for summer break. I'm a teacher. I actually teach English literature, and it's just been nice to have a break to do something that I love, which is just looking at products, sharing makeup tips. Makeup and beauty have always been my passion, and so it's been nice to just have this 2-month break to do something that I love. I love literature too, obviously. I've been teaching for 20 years, and it's just been something that's been on my heart to do, basically to just share like some tips and tricks, how people feel beautiful, how people feel like they can kind of just have fun with their appearance and just enjoy makeup and beauty and all the things that are fun when it comes to the world of makeup. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do like a full face of makeup today with foundation and everything. I haven't been able to do a full face of makeup on camera just because I've been super busy. So I've done like partial, like maybe I did like a concealer look for humidity. I also did like a Luminous Glow blush video, but like I'm finally have the time to do like a full face, and so I'm excited. So let's jump right in. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this Sephora Beauty Blender that I just got. It's got like a flat bottom and then just like a cushion top. And then I've been using these little tiny ones for like the concealer. And so I'm just gonna start with like prepping my face. And so I'm just gonna prep my face with this face primer. So here's my Urban Decay All Nighter face primer, and I'll link everything in the comment box. And you can definitely get any of these products at like Sephora or Nordstrom or even Ulta. I think a lot of these things are also available on Amazon, so just choose the one that is your favorite place to purchase items like that, and grab the stuff that you feel like could be a good fit and a good addition to your makeup routine. And so I just try my best to swoop everything up when I'm putting on face products, just because I just think it just makes the application a little bit better. So there's that. I hydrated my skin earlier, but I also still like to use this Clinique, and I'm like nearly done with this. I'm definitely gonna reorder this. This is the Clinique Gel Moisturizing Lotion. It's very lightweight, and that's like definitely something that I like. I don't put a lot of it on, I just put a little bit, just enough to like make sure that I don't have any of those patchy like areas on my face, and just make sure to have like an even distribution of the product so that like everything else just sits really, really well. I should probably pin my hair just because I had it just blown out like 10 minutes ago, or I blew it out myself. I'll talk about like the kind of products in a different video that I recommend for blowouts. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pin this over to the side. And I think I have like several of these little pins, but I might not be able to find them really fast. I might just use something else to pin the other side. Yeah, I don't know where the other one went, or the other ones went, so I'll just use this like little hair clip. It's fairly small, so it'll still do the job. So like just like that, just enough to get it away from my face so I don't get any product on my hair. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is just go in with I want to go with a little bit of concealer, just because I'm not doing like just concealer today. I'm gonna also do foundation, so I'm gonna pick the Kat Von D just so that it brightens up, and then I'll just go around like the other areas with whatever foundation that I want to go with today. So that'll do that. So that's good right there. That's enough. Just blend it in as well as possible. Again, just going in an upward motion around the chin like a U. And it looks light right now, but the point is for me at least with concealer, is to just make sure that it brightens up like certain areas that I want to bring more attention to or accentuate. And then just up on the cheeks, and then under the eye. I'll probably use the smaller beauty blender for under the eye. So let me just do my nose really quick, like forehead and nose again, just swooping up. And again, it looks really light, but everything kind of mixes together really well. And then there's the oxidizing when your face mixes with air and oil. So that's something that I've learned like just through experience, that like I want to get a shade that's actually going to brighten and not like my exact skin tone, because then it's not really accomplishing anything. Also, I'm not using foundation or concealer to cover anything up. Like I don't have any pimples, like I have a very clear complexion. My daughter is going through like the puberty phase, and so she's kind of dealing with like some of the pimple stuff, and I've used she's been using some really good products from Sephora. I could do like a separate video on that if you have like an issue with oil or like just pimples. Just let me know in the comments what you want to see next. But yeah, so I'm just gonna blend this all into under and then over on the lid, just to prep the eye for eyeshadow. And that should do it. So just really quick, and it'll get more blended as I go along and like add the other products. So I still need to put foundation, and I still need to blend everything together with powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and this is the 6.25. I've been a big fan of this for like, I want to say at least 5 or 6 years now. Like it's such a good product. I like other foundations too, but I always come back to this one. I think this one's probably my absolute favorite. It's just that good. It's really just that good. And it like lasts all day, and it just gives like a really pretty natural finish without looking like super cakey or anything like, or super made up. Obviously cakiness is never the goal, but some things end up looking good in the beginning, but like over the course of the day you'll see like patches or whatever. This doesn't do that. It just keeps your face exactly what it looked like when you first put it on, and I love that. That to me is like the sign of a great product, that it looks exactly the same as when you first applied it. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and dump out a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent honey powder, and I just use this larger pan to grab the powder. I think I'm gonna use my really big Morphe fluffy brush. So this is the largest brush they have on the market for foundation, and then just kind of dab it around and then blend it all together. And that's just gonna hold the makeup in place, and so it's not like moving around your face throughout the day. This just kind of holds it exactly where you put it. And so that's that. And then after that, I want to do my eyeshadow application. And again, I'm just trying to do quick, like as if I'm going to work, even though I'm not, just so that you can see like how fast this could go on. I'm using an eyeshadow color I've never used, but I've been wanting to use. And so it's the Morphe times Meredith palette, and this is the rose color. So this is that color right here. Let me flip it around. So it's the rose, and you can use this as a highlighter or you can use it as a shadow, and it's actually super pretty. Like I'm really surprised how good it looks on. Sometimes things look really cute in the palette, but they don't look as good like on the face. But this like really blended out, and I just put it all the way over. And I don't think I'm gonna do more than one shade today. Sometimes in the evening I'll do like a corner or a cut crease or whatever, but since it's just like a during the day look, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna use this spoolie to like just brush my eyebrows up, and just over and under, because my eyebrows are already like there's a lot of brow, plus I have microblade, plus it's tattooed on the end, so I'm just kind of going over like the areas that look a little bit sparse to me. And I know that some people like do like a hair, like a dye for their brows so that they don't have to fill them in, and I haven't tried that yet, so I might do that. That way it just kind of like deposits more color and you don't have to actually go through and do this step, so I might try that. And so this is the Brow Beater by Urban Decay that I'm using, and it's just the dark brown, and that's pretty much it. Like, so both sides, I just try to keep the liner to where it opens my eyes, and so the goal there is to just make sure that you're penciling out and not down, and so that's that trick. Outside of that, I think I'm just gonna go in with my liner. I want to go with like this gold angled spoolie eyeshadow brush. It's not a spoolie, it's just an eyeshadow angled brush. And I'm just going to go underneath the eye with this brown truffle color. So it's the brown truffle. And this is the Natural Nudes by Too Faced. So just go under as like a border for the eye. And then under the other eye, and that kind of just definitely like makes the eyes pop and like really accentuates the eye, which is like a big goal of mine, is to make my eyes look like really pretty and like big, and that's just a goal of mine. And then just go in with your liner. And I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Blackest Black. That's the other side. That's my other side, and then I just like hit my eye right there with some liner, and I can just use it like once it dries off, I'll just use like a Q-tip. That's the quickest way to get something like that off. But if you try to do it while it's wet, it'll just get all smeared and everything, so I just leave it to dry, and then once it dries, I'll go in there and just grab that off real easily. This is the Cali Contour by Smashbox, and I'm going to use this orange shade right here in the corner. I think that's like probably the only shade I really use. And just tap off the excess, and I'm using the round blush brush by Morphe. It just went on really pretty. And then same on the other side, and you can go like over the whole cheek or just the corners. I think for today's look, I'll just go over like the edge and not like the entire apple of the cheek, and then just use this to go over the top to give it like a sun-kissed look on the sun-kissed look on the forehead, and then just to really chisel out the jawline, and then that's that. And we're kind of getting close to like to the finishing touches. So what I want to do next is I'm going to use my Trader Joe's vanilla mask. Actually, am I going to use this, or am I going to use, I just got in, I wanted to try the Laneige because I know it's like a little more pricey, and I've tried it like a couple times, but different shades. So I just finally like broke down and ordered the Laneige, the Cocoa chocolate frosting color. I saw this online. It says like it's like a new color, so I just really wanted to use it. So I'm going to use the Morphe Sweet Tea as my liner, and it goes on like a pretty like brownie shade, which is my goal for the colors that I'm wearing today. and just go into the Cupid's bow, and then just like, you can make whatever shape that you want. I kind of like to narrow the sides a little bit and just make like the Cupid shade like the highest, more accentuated point. This has like a cool like cushion top, and then it's extremely hydrating, and that's all. I'm not going to put any other lip product because this is basically like a gloss and a lip treatment all in one, which is like, wow, like the best of both worlds. And so it just has like a click, close, and open, so I really liked it. So at first I was like kind of, oh, I don't need this, but after I ordered it and tried it, I was like, you know, I really like this product. So this is a really good product. And it actually smells like chocolate frosting, which is like a fun feature of that product. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with 2 Winky Lux products for my eyes. So this is the Winky Lux primer. Oops, I just dropped it. And then the Winky Lux mascara. Let me see if I can grab that really quick. Yeah, it's just right there. So Winky Lux primer. It goes on looking, oh, I need to like clean up. I needed to clean up that little piece that I was talking about, and I'll show you how to clean it up. It's pretty easy once it dries. Like, it's when it's wet that it can like get all gross and like get all over the place. But so you just go over with a Q-tip and it just comes right off like an eraser, and like it's off. So this goes on pink, the primer. It just helps like grow your lashes, thicken them. It does like a lot of different things, which I like that. So it's a conditioning lash primer, both healthy for your lash, and then also just helps your mascara go on really easily. And you won't need like a ton of coats with the mascara if you do this step. So I've been using this primer for a while. If not this one, sometimes I use the L'Oreal primer. And there's a couple of other good ones on the market too. I think for my waterline, I'm going to use the Sephora Coconut just to kind of make my eyes look even bigger. So just like right there in the waterline, just one swoop. And it looks weird in the beginning, but like once you like blink a few times, it kind of just like blends in really well. And then just lift. I don't use an eyelash curler just because I've had bad experiences where like it's broken my eyelashes off. I don't know. I think my lashes are too short for an eyelash curler, so but this is enough for me. So this one lifts and curls all at the same time, which I love that. If you can get away with doing like multiple steps with one product, then you've found a good product. So I really like this, and I just go all the way in. I try to coat every lash as much as possible, and this one is like one of my favorite mascaras. And I like a lot of the Winky Lux products. Their stuff tends to be exactly what it advertises, and so that's a good product. Okay, and then under. And that should do it. So with the hair, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh wait, you know, I want to do I'm going to just do the final step, which is I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible spray. This is like amazing. It's a 36-hour Defy transfer, and it's supposed to hold your makeup. I've honestly used this in the water, and like my makeup didn't budge. Like I literally went swimming and my makeup stayed on. So that's like a definite like keeper in my makeup routine. So I'm gonna remove the pins. So this was one side, and then this is the other side, and that's it. That's the finished. That's the entire finished look. Just super simple for a daytime look, and I really like how it turned out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys were able to learn some fun tips that you could use in your everyday routine. Thank you guys. Bye.